Now, this great venue has hosted some memorable playoff games over the years, and these Bear fans are hoping to make some new memories today at Soldier Field in Chicago. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Now an Eastern Michigan man, Darius Jackson on the carry. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
44 is the mic. 44 is Mike. Check. 44, Mike. 40. Hey, alert. Pick it up. Kill.
They go play action with Trubisky. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
44 is the mic. 44 is Mike. Check. Alert. Under 10.
Play action. Now Trubisky. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Jonathan Allen. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
18.
Here's Trubisky. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Go! 180! Mike, 44. Watch the run.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert! Mike's Fofo. All day, baby, all day. Bravo! 44 is the Mike, 44 is Mike. Move. Watch the slant. 44, Mike, 44. I got it. Red, up.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the former Bear, Adrian Amos. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Jones. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Clinton-Dix, of course, a former Green Bay Packer, there on the stop.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Check. Lucky. Yeah. 58, boy. 58, Mike. And let's pin the beat again.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll get it down here to the 43. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at about the Bears' 43-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
Here's Foreman. And an alley to run. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold him to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Plant. 58, come on. 3 bucks.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
On first down, Foreman. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Double time. You got 3 down. Over. Shift. Shift.
They'll run it with Jones. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
And it's 3rd down.
We're scoreless after 1.
With no score.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Hey, Charlie. Hey, 88.
Now Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Khalil Mack with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. Now Chandler Catanzaro for the field goal here. The wind is at his back here in the 2nd quarter. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you get to the red zone and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. But they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Hey, ball.
Now Davis. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
Here's Trubisky to throw. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. That's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. First down, here's White. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. From the 41, Trubisky. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. It was Darnell Savage that time who was able to knock it away.
Quick hands that time to knock that one away. It sure looked like a short touchdown, but able to get a good break on the football and force the incompletion.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
You go tight. You got 18. You got
Now it's Trubisky. And he fires one that's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
58's the mic. They're going to need some therapy after this. 58's the mic. 58's the mic.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Rodgers looking deep for Adams. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you, and that may have been what happened there.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
This is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Trubisky. And his throw is incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
The Bears on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey, 18. Mike, spoke. It's a party now. Hey, exit.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. And they come up here now, first down. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Get 300. 58 to mine. 58 to mine. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend.
Mike, 58, right there. All day, just like that.
Hey, Haywood.
58 is the Mike. Go 58 is the Mike. Rip right.
Looking to throw on second down. Rodgers looking deep for... He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Clinton-Dix with a pick. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and it's third down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
44 is the Mike. 44 is Mike. Check.
Blue.
Give me that ball.
Hey, Delta.
Give me that ball.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. He's going to air one out. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 66 yards. And the Bears have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll run with Foreman. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
So many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
58, come on. Hey, 2. 58, boy, 58, 58, Mike. I'm coming after you.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Looking deep for Hilton. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Here's Tyler Newsome now. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Set to kick off.
A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. This is taken at the 3.
Let's go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Now they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Jones. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. But they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. They'll run on first down. Foreman. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
Box it, box it, box it, box it.
On second down now, it's Jones. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, box truck. Plant. 58, the mic. Hey, 626. Quick.
So that'll back him up 5. Now they face a 3rd and 15 here following the delay of game.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Jump out. Smooth. Get the mic.
Again, it's Jones. And a short gain down to about the 33. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Watch out. Lock in. 44's the mic.
On 1st down, Trubisky. Forced out to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Jonathan Allen able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Alert.
Now Trubisky. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
180. 44. Alert.
Trubisky will throw. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Jonathan Allen in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at the 23. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled. and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
58, 30, 58, come on. Shift. 58, boy, 58, 58, Mike. Watch the screen. 5. 58, 58 to Mike. Come on. You better. Liz.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. He gets this to Davante Adams. Last week in that wild card win, only 1 catch, and now he's got his first catch here, and it's good for a first down.
First down, Green Bay.
319. 58 right there. Hey, watch the ball.
On first down, it's Jones. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll go again to Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down. Now Jones. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
A gain of 12. And the Packer first down.
One quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Motion. Hey, just motion man. Put your hands on him. Get hands on him. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. 65. 65.
They'll run on first down. Foreman. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Nothing too fancy, just a carry up the middle, but a successful carry up the middle against this 3-4 defense.
And to be able to do that, what do you have to control? The nose guard, right? Got to be able to move him. Otherwise, you're not getting anything up the middle. Nice job by the center. Got a little help from one of his friends playing guard.
This is Jones. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Box it. 50. Man, let's get that ball. Let's get that ball right here. 58, right over there. Go. 58, right there. And here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Watch the shift.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jones. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Packers on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Hey, high 7. Watch it, 5. Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Now Foreman. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. I'm here all day.
Now Jones. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Yeah, every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
58 to Mike. 58 to Mike. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
They're going to run for it with Jones. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a very good return, but a penalty marker is down. I'm not sure what this is going to be. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now it's Davis, and he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Throwing here, Trubisky. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson.
Complete to Allen Robinson. A gain of 11 makes it 3rd and 1.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Davis will try to run for it. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. This is Davis. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. 18. 91 is the mic. Watch the flag. Watch the flag.
Now it's Trubisky. This one caught by Davis. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
alert, alert, alert. 44.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Completes it to Hardman. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
Heady on that one, huh? Getting out of bounds before the 2-minute warning. They get an extra timeout, extra opportunity to move the ball downfield. Very smart football.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Hey, 18. Check it back.
They go back to the ground now with Davis. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down.
44, Mike, 44. Let's go, King.
They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. And they'll get this down to the 10. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Well, they did the part they had to do. Quick throw got the 1st down.
But that doesn't allow them to relax. They still have plenty of work to do.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Trubisky. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Blake Martinez, the linebacker, was there in coverage to disrupt. This entire defensive unit, Charles, they've really put in a good shift tonight, so to speak.
I like how you phrased that. This has been a good shift. They punched the clock the entire evening. They ought to have shirts that have their names on them in the front to let them know these are blue-collar workers who are getting it done.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Alert. 42, Mike 42, check, Mike 40. Hey, ball.
Throwing now is Trubisky. That's caught left side by Hardman. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Well, they have had no answer for this connection all night long.
Yeah, you just have to think in a 2-minute situation, that's got to be a concentration lapse. You know they're going to go back to him with the game that he's been having.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. In the backfield, standing alone here on 2nd and goal is Davis. They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios.
And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Throwing is Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
He's coming to you. He's coming to you. Inside. 58 for Mike. 58. 58. Hey, Alpha. You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby. 58. Right over there. Right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58. Right there. You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
To throw is Rodgers. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
58 for Mike. 58 for Mike. Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6. 58, boy. 58. 58.
Now Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. Overtime in a playoff game, awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only one period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert! 44, Mike, 44. Oh, here we go. Oh,
now Trubisky to throw. Finding Hardman here over the middle. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10, Davis. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, You got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They go again with Davis. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2.
Let him know, let him know. Switch. Alert. Check 25.
Here's Trubisky. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46.
Alert 3. Switch. Hey, ball.
Here's Trubisky to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. You know they're going to be looking his way in overtime. He's had a fantastic game, but unable to hook up there.
And how many times do we see this situation where they actually complete that pass and you wonder to yourself, how do you let him get open? How do you not know they're going to go to him? He's their big play guy. In this case, they defended it well and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Back.
2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kenny Clark gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long.
Alert.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. A field flipper there, a 47-yard punt coupled with a loss on the return. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. A carry for Foreman. And they'll get him down here at the 23. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
Wide motion. 58, boys, 58. 58 is Mike. Hey, watch the slant. Wide, get wide.
On first down, Jones takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Ringo. 58. Let's get some penetration. 58, right over there. Yeah.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jones. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports.
Inside. Back north. Run. 58, Mike. Hey, get away with it.
What can Rodgers do now with his drive? And he will find his man on the outside. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. I know they may want to go for this, but the smart play probably to punt it, even given the field position, right?
In a sense, you honor what they've done all game. And this is a defense that's held the score down, kept it tight, kept you right in it, and they're really jonesing for one more shot. Give it to them. Let them play defense for you and give you a better chance to win the game.
A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll run it with Jones. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Box it. Plant. Go 58's the mic. Come on, boy. You better be ready. Get Mike. SOS. Zoom. 58's the mic.
Here's Jones. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's a give to Jones running left. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
Rodgers going to throw. And that is incomplete. So the OT clock hits 0, and we're still not done. We'll switch sides and need at least one more OT to decide it after this. And he got it. The kick is good. He splits the uprights. And in doing so, he sends them to the NFC title game. Well, on both sides, you come into this game with so much hope, so much build-up, looking to move on. One side gets to do that, but let's not forget the others. Tough pill to swallow.
It really is, because there's so much hard work, effort. You mentioned the hope to go on and maybe play in the big game itself. Well, let's see how they handle it, though. The offseason is going to be a long one for them because it's going to eat their heart out watching other people continue to play. But can they come back the next year and find it in them to make that same run again and maybe find a way to advance?
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Chicago.